Welcome back, friends. We are now going to move into our 21 days of journaling to close the 2021 year and open 2022. Again, the human design new year starts January 21st. So from the 1st to the 20th, each day you're going to get a snippet of the wisdom that is there for you to use to close off the year. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. And we're going to walk through each and every day. So what you'll notice is that I have the time here set for 1849, because that's the time that the sun will move into the 41st gate on the 21st of January. So I'm just going to keep the continuity. Okay. So here, what is important for us to recognize is that first and foremost, January 1st is asking us to truly go deeper into our own individual empowerment. All these individual activations are happening for January 1st. And we also have a third line day. What the third line is all about, the third line is the material plane. It is how the materiality of our world is actually created, bonds made, bonds broken, trial and error. And it's a space where we then take everything, the foundation and the learning and the unknown, and we begin to go, now we can start to externalize things, because we're going to move on to the fourth line next. So the third line has this process. Let's try it. Let's give it a whirl. See if it's going to work or not. And if not, well, let's try it again. Okay. So the first thing that pops in for me when I look at this January 1st, and if you've been following me for a little bit, what you're going to begin to notice is that I'm really, really hammering in on our thought processes and the way we think and how to use that consciousness field. And that's what January 1st is asking us. Have we taken the time this year to become more aware, to become more aware of our thinking? This is the design of the thinker. And today it's supporting us and empowering us to think differently. So this is what I hammer home for my clients. Fear and problems are always right there. Those become the blocks, those become the challenges, those becomes that space where we don't want to go past. We bump into it and then we leave it and that's too hard to go through. But on the other side of fear and problems, that's what the conditioned mind creates, okay, is actually awareness and solutions. And that is awareness. That's where the channel of this thinker comes in. We want to be able to think. We want to be able to utilize our sliver of truth. 8 million or 8 billion people, they say, on the planet. So the 8 billion people, each one of them has their own way of truth. So what is your sliver of truth? And what is your realization? How do you concretize? How do you bring that truth to you? How do you represent that truth? And it's not about collective psychology, where collective psychology is truly looking at like the experience and the patterns. This is like just there's a sensation and a knowing inside of you that it is your truth. Okay, so that's what this January 1st, first and foremost for me, when I look at this is what it's asking us. Have we taken the time this year? Because down here, Pluto has popped in and out of the 61 and the 60. It's been popping in and out of there for a while. So have you actually taken the time to think differently? To lean into your truth, to look towards the awareness and the solution instead of the fear and the problem. Okay. Now, integration and the centering. So we have awakening, exploration, and charisma here. And it's empowering us. January 1st is empowering us to look at where have we been using our personal power? What behaviors can we tweak so that we can have a better individual experience, so that we can think better? And can we contemplate this today? What behaviors, where have you been using your personal power? And what wisdom is brought to you about that? Where have your thoughts been? Do you spend a lot of time worrying and stressing and thinking about a bank account that's in the negative, or thinking about the lack? Or are you sitting in a meditative state, imagining yourself in this wonderful, abundant life? I talk a lot about abundance because today here we have the channel of emoting, the design of moodiness. So love, the level of vibrational energy, That's what love is all about. What is the frequency that's emanating off of you? What is your energetic vibration? What has it been this past year? 2 years, 3 years, 10 years, 50 years? Are you living in satisfaction, or is it frustration? Are you living in success, or is it bitterness? Are you living in surprise and awe, or is it disappointment? Are you living in peace, or is it the anger? You want to lean into that stuff, because what happens there is the more your cellular frequency is vibrating at a higher level, then the higher level thoughts can come, the higher level relationships can come, the higher level vibrational money can come. Everything is this energetic field, and the consciousness field is just waiting for your directive on how to bring the materialism into your reality. So it's doing, it's waiting there. Okay, so really connect with what's your level of vibrational energy, because this tells you the 39 and the 55. The 39 is provocation, and the 59 or 55 is spirit. So if your spirit has this higher vibrational energy, the attraction factor is much, much more pleasant for those around you. And those with dense energy fields, what you'll notice is that when you're vibrating higher, they just begin to fall off. They're not there. They can't even connect. They can't even dock to your station. Then we have the 19. The 19 is all about what do you want? And that's what I asked you when I uploaded the video on Wednesday. What do you truly want? You got to get clear on this. So all things are interrelated, is apparent and manifested through the action of approach. If you're not approaching what you want in your imagination field, you're not already thinking about laying those Lego bricks to create it. It's almost impossible for that resource to show up in your life, for the universe to deliver to you. So do you want a business? Do you want a different career? Do you want a child? Do you want a different relationship? Do you want a different home? What is it that you truly, truly want? You have to approach it in your imagination. Be there in the imagination so that it can be configured. And the 22nd gate, if you guys have followed me for a while, you've heard me talk about, I love this gate. I don't have it in my design, but I love it. I feel as though this is where God resides. The 22 has a lot to do with our breath, because the 2212, that full channel, is actually very romantic. There's music, there's singing, there's lots in there. And that breath allows us to regulate our frequency. It allows us to regulate our song. And for me, 22, this grace, this is where God says, here I am. The quality of behavior best suited in handling mundane and trivial situations. We are mundane, we are trivial, we're in this human experience. And through the grace of God, we're able to do that. As long as we are breathing, we are allowing all of these systems to work inside of us. We're not getting in the way of it. And we breathe in and breathe out that high vibrational energy. So the 60 for me, this acceptance of limitation is the first step in transcendence. So what I said on Wednesday is we have to accept the limitation. We have to accept it. And the only limitation consciously is the conditioned mind. Physically, there can be a limitation. However, what you're imagining for your life, what you're imagining for your business, what you're imagining for you, your physical body is perfectly designed for that. Just because that's how it's meant to be. So what is it, that old stuff that we want to take, those old programs, and how do we want to mutate them and bring them forward? Well, it has to come with that higher vibrational energy, that higher thought process, and being able to really recognize where we're using our personal power, what behaviors need to change. Okay. And then the 38, of course, what are you fighting for? This is the gate of the fire, the ability to preserve individual integrity through opposition to detrimental forces. What have you been fighting for this past year? Take a look at, what's been important to you. Where have you not fought? Right? Where did you not feel empowered? What can you do this upcoming year to feel empowered, to be that fighter, to be truthful to who you are, and to be integral in that fight? And then the 5, this is the beauty of waiting, the fundamental attunement to natural rhythms, waiting as an active state of awareness. So, and this is not a jab against anybody on Instagram, but be very aware of the conversation about waiting. I've seen lots of conversations on Instagram around this, and it's like, don't wait, stop waiting. Waiting is not a doing nothing. Okay. Waiting is this active state of awareness, being aware what's coming towards you, what's going away from you. What are you doing in your imagination to magnetize that new reality to you? So waiting is an active state. It's not just sitting around. So I would love if you can take a look at this energy and just journal about it. Journal about thinking, journal about your level of energy, journal about waiting, journal about empowerment, journal about the behaviors, journal about your own personal power. And what you're going to notice is that partially on our way through, the environment is going to switch January 17th. So right now, it's a very charismatic environment. People are gaining personal power. Some are losing personal power. Some people are gaining contemplative wisdom. Some people have lost their ability to contemplate. Very interesting how this all works. So play with this. Journal today. I will see you every day until the 21st. Okay. Have fun, friend. Talk to you later.